wanna start a cult with me?
Often imitated, never duplicated. Dirty Kenzo production.
So anyway, I'm strangling this guy, right? And I'm like, "Die, you son of a bitch!" Oh shit! Hey, guy, and we're live. Thank you. And scene. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Tuesday night edition of Convos here on Dirty Kenzo. I, as always, your host Murph, with my one and only illustrious bride, Queen Kells, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
I hope everybody's having a good night. Pamela, our third host, will be catching up with us in a bit. Had some family in town and, had to say her goodbyes and things of that nature and so longs. And I told her take as long as she needs, as always. So we'll run through our intro. Phone lines will be open after that. Of course, that, click the link, things of that nature. I hope everybody's having a good night. Once again, Combos brought to you by Dirty Kenzo Productions. We come to you guys talking about the shit no one else wants to talk to, critical thinking and common fucking sense, as rare as that shit is anymore. Salute to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. Share if you like to. Subscribe if you haven't. And, yeah, I hope everybody's having a good, blessed Tuesday. Second day of the week.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Tuesday is one of the only days of the week I can't remember what the name, like where the name came. I know a few. Thursday's Thursday, Friday's Freya Day, Saturday's Saturnalia Day, Sunday obviously the sun. But I forget Monday and Tuesday. We're gonna say what's up to the chat as we always do. We like to give a hello to everybody. Now I do know Haley had a comment in here saying she wanted to check in, wouldn't be able to stay. I see Kel saying hi to her here. So salute Haley. Salute to all of our Patreon members. Haley, Nat, GMA, Queen Kel's over here, of course, and the one and only Thursday. Salute to Thursday, our newest Patreon member. Kel's, yep, you are always in the right place. Salute Queen Kel. Salute Thursday. Robert said, stop in to tell you smell and put down that Reggie. This shit I got right here, you could never call Reggie. Never.
Never.
Miss Sharonda in the place to be. Great to see you. There's GMA Patreon members in the building. Guys, Queen Kells drops the link. I am going to be starting a $1 tier on the Patreon for nostalgic breakfast fans and things of that nature. But otherwise, if you want to support the brand from the ground up, become a member on Patreon. First tier is $4.20 a month. We're stoners. You get the humor. Salute GMA. Coach Al, great brother right here. Salute, Coach. Great to see you. Thank you for stopping in as always, brother. Coach is a good guy.
Yeah. He is.
Yeah, poor Kelly. I know, right? She got to deal with me, so. Donnie in the place to be. Salute, Donnie. Great to see you.
No, you just block it out after a while.
Monday is Moon Day. Tuesday is Mars. I don't know if I heard that one, Dawn. I think Moon Day I did, but Tuesday, I don't know.
Tuesday is going with the wind.
Robert, I think I seen you a little bit ago on the main strip. Obviously, we can't talk too much with the fucking people trying to dox me here for no reason, but I digress. What can you do, ladies and gentlemen? What can you do, Queen Kels?
Shit.
I mean, not everyone's going to like you, right? Learned that lesson a long time ago. We're gonna play you guys just a little bit more music. The music you are hearing once again is from myself. I create all the music you hear on here. I create the intro videos, all that stuff. So reach out if you're interested. So we'll give you guys just something to jam on a little bit here, a little Mayfield. R.I.P. Curtis Mayfield. Appreciate you, my brother. Good luck with yours. Salute to everybody. Appreciate you guys. Run them lights up for me. Getting funky with the cheese whiz. My dukes, my dukes. Make sure you guys are running those likes up. You just heard Mayfield by yours truly, Dirty Kenzo Productions. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button for me, please, and thank you. Let's put something in the background just to set the mood. Hope everybody's having a good night. Mom Duke's in the chat. Dawn, I'm trying to think here. I want to get your email, but I don't necessarily want you to write
I
it
already
here.
posted yours with your playlist, so she could email you.
Well, that's true. Yeah, just email me, Dawn. My email's in the chat. Kel shared it. It's also going across the bottom. Email me, and once I have your email, I can send you the link. Is that playing? It takes forever on my side. Come on.
Mhm.
I'm trying to hear if it's playing the music. If we're quiet. There we go. So what's going on, everybody? Convos, a live podcast. And yeah, right now me and Kel's vibing out. Like I said, we're waiting for our third host, Pammy. She'll be along.
Mhm.
She said, start the show without her, so we will. We're going to allow the phone lines to be open, so to speak, meaning the panel is open. We just do like to give the little disclaimer, little warning. Any host has the ability at any time to refuse or reject anybody without due cause. I feel, it's the host. The host needs to have a little bit of a way to pull it back if need be. If someone gets out of control, the host needs to be, whether it be me, Kels, or Pam, get him out of here. They need to be able to have that voice, I feel. So just to put that out there, once again, phone lines will be open panel, open topics. But as always, any caller, so to speak, can be denied at any time. Just to keep it fair. We'll stop that background music because it's distracting me.
You did that last time.
Yeah. I try to keep it on, but it does. It distracts me. So I hope everybody's having a good one. As always, this is a pro-cannabis show. If you're smoking with us, pack a bolski. Roll your joint.
I'm eating my snacks.
Roll your blunt. Pack your bong. Grab your gravity bong.
Your pepperoni.
Grab that
Fritos.
gas mask bong that you made in 12th grade shop before the schools all took shop away. Why they took shop away? Why they took driver's ed away? They took the fucking band away. Most public, in my schools and fucking that I grew up in my hometown of Philly and shit, it's like
they start teaching them cursive. How are they going to sign their check or their social security card?
We never had driver's ed. Now, Kels grew up in the state of New Jersey. The state of New Jersey did have it. However, Philadelphia County didn't. So I never had that growing up. A lot of band was kind of dead by the time I got. Now, it was a little different for me because I went to a trade school. So there was shop, obviously, because it was a shop-driven school. But, it's crazy how a lot of that was taken out. And then you wonder why the conspiracy theorists go on the things they do and the tangents they do, that you're trying to dumb us down. And I mean, there are things that don't make sense. There are more drivers on the road today than ever. Why would we want to take drivers that out now? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So everybody in the chat proposed a question to y'all. The question: did you have driver's ed in high school? Whether you took it or not, was the program available for the live chat? So, but yeah, it's crazy that they take that away. They took the arts away, band, and I mean, you got to go out of the cities to have any of those programs, the arts in any form, especially music. I mean, nowadays, movies like Drumline and ESPN televising band, Drumline, things of that nature. Thankfully, it's gained more popularity where now schools are a little more interested. But we always see that, the school, it's a little unfair in school the way it works together. Linda in the house, salute, sis. But it's a little weird in that way. I fucking lost the point I was going to make right there.
Bless them. They're fucking the kids up.
Oh, no. I was going to say, the way they, like colleges specifically, it does trickle down to some high schools and God forbid, even some middle schools. But the program, like basketball and football, pay for volleyball and soccer. That's like a lot of colleges. It's especially Division Ones. It's like, but they have to. Like, you know, you have to have so many kids playing baseball, softball, hockey, women's hockey, field hockey. You have to have so many, and that's being paid for by basketball and football because they're the, you know, the two most popular sports. You better grab that gummy. I forgot to mention gummies. Apologies. Get your bowls, bongs, blunts, joints, gravity bongs, and gummies. Because we're going on a fucking adventure. We're not going to be fucking on this adventure. It's a fucking adventure. It's not like a fucking adventure. My mother here, I ain't trying to fuck nobody. It's weird. That we take those 8 seconds, enlighten our mind. 4 seconds of hitting, 4 seconds of holding. Radical. Look, we'll talk about here, about here. Radical. So I hope everybody's having a good week. Of course, it's only Tuesday. I will say, this week, it's all blended together. So when I say this week, I could mean last week. But having off just on Sunday, it was our first one, and you know, getting used to it. It was all right, but it felt so short just having only Sunday off of work this week for both of us. You know what I mean? I only worked a few hours on Saturday. It was something stupid. It's like a fucking hour and a half. I was going, drive time included. But you know, it's like stuff. We had a roast and we watched movies together and TV shows. So it's cool. I'm glad we get to have that time together. I'm really enjoying that. But it's just like I needed more time off. Yeah, I needed more time off though. I need more than one day. Like I need the 2 days. Because I feel like Sunday I don't want to do nothing. I was even saying that to my old man when I was talking because he's like, I'm like, no, you do your chores. Like, that's why it's good to have off Saturday and Sunday. You do your chores on Saturday, things around the house, go shopping. You do all that Saturday. So Sunday, you don't have to do shit. Like, and that's what I always like. Sunday, it was usually like a crock pot roast, football, and nobody had to do nothing. All the shit got done the day before. Anything you could want, the house got cleaned, all that. You had to worry about nothing. You could lay on the couch all day and do nothing. You know, or it's just that, you know, that routine. I tell everybody routine is so important. And it's not, you know, I get it. People go, oh, the routine, the monotony, you get sick of it. And that's when people rebel against the system or relationship or whatever the case. But I mean, just when it comes to, I believe strongly when it comes to parenting, routine is crucial. But I think routine helps a lot. You know, we're creatures of habit, humans. You humans are creatures of habit. My Saturn aliens have viewed you quite long enough.
Saturn's my planet.
No, it's not. I'm from Saturn.
You always claim Mars.
You know where you're from? You know where you're from?
No, you don't get to choose.
You're from Uranus.
That's where you're from.
You're from Pluto.
Right, because I was going to say that.
Ain't even a planet.
Yeah, I know.
Neil deGrasse Tyson told me.
Oh.
Ooh, aren't you the bee's knees?
Y'all can't see it, but I did roll my eyes.
Speaking of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Why?
Let's talk about space. The final frontier.
Pretty done.
I have something for you space related. That is horrifying.
Okay. Play it on me.
I think it might be past theorizing now. It may be like they've seen this, you know, physically. But they said there's somewhere in the galaxy where two black holes are like twins. They're like right next to each other.
Yeah.
And they're perfect. they're perfectly apart where the gravity doesn't pull the other. And that, you know, they said, however, if it did, that black hole joining that big could
Supermassive black
could
hole.
really do some damage. But we don't realize, we're not taught this in science class. Like, space is full of super black holes, full of it. Like, there's a black hole in every fucking. People now believe black holes may be. They believe we theorize naturally. We can't.
Yeah.
One, we're too far away. Two, is we're trying to figure out why light goes, dies in it. Is essentially how they figured out black holes. But they use infrared, so we're looking at this through infrared, and it looks like it's eating the light essentially. So but they theorize that's what the easiest way for the human brain to understand is to say a portal.
Yeah.
So, but they believe every black hole. So there's one theory that's every black hole, if you go into it, it's another universe with another black hole. So infinite black hole with a universe. Because they say like our universe has one, and then you have universes with twin suns, which means there's two suns that, none yet. Salute. Space has a smell and a sound. There's places in space that smell like Dr. Pepper.
Who told you that? The grassy Titan?
It's the grass, not the grassy.
Don't care.
You know who told me that? Dr. Pepper. Search it. You're on YouTube.
Dr. Pepper told you that somewhere in space
Coca-Cola
like
Coca-Cola Incorporated told me. They were like, psst. I was like, I don't talk to people in alleys. They were like, yes, you do. I was like, yeah, I do. I was like, what you got, big dog? He was like, space smells like Dr. Pepper. And I was like, somebody's been hitting the schnapps. And it ain't the schnapps. That's what I said. And it ain't the guy in the alley. It's you, Queen Cows. This is an intervention. You've been drinking peppermint mint schnapps.
I wouldn't drink either of those kinds.
Butter pecan schnapps.
Well, like mint.
They don't even exist. Mint. They don't even exist. Butter pecan schnapps.
That sounds pretty good, though.
It would probably be amazing.
Right?
Schnapps company's a bunch of fucking idiots. Here's a message to the Schnapps company coming to you directly from Dirty Kenzo and Dirty Kenzo Productions. You're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Rum can do it too. They do the coconut rum, so.
All they got is peach schnapps and mint and peppermint schnapps. Are you in the building?
We're doing this flavored vodka.
Pass the Cavassier.
Like the whipped cream flavor and all that shit. I don't remember.
Pinnacle, babe.
Yeah, that's it.
You can tell we don't drink. You're like, remember that flavored vodka? Like, yeah, the most famous one. Sure do. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button.
Sweetest thing.
Let me see. Let's use your YouTube real quick.
To see what?
Let's use your YouTube real quick. Watch.
Why do you think YouTube? You're only going to see people's theories on what it is. So
smells like burnt steak.
Nobody can tell you what space smells like.
No, but what they say is that it's made up of so much hydrogen, whatever, that they know the smell it gives off.
It smelled 23 different flavors.
I'm looking for it. Hold on.
They can't take that helmet off and take a big old whiff.
See if I can find. We're doing a quick search, ladies and gentlemen. Hang in there.
What?
I just thought of something funny.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to find this clip. I'm telling you, I've heard of the burnt steak, but I heard something of Dr. Pepper. It was like, space smells like Dr. Pepper.
I bet you don't. Why would it smell like burnt steak anyway?
Oh, shit. Volume up. That's down. I said up.
Or should a roasted cow go up?
I think this is it. They're on their way to space right now. Come on, you can keep playing. Oh, come on. Babe, your buttons blow, bro.
Stop touching them.
Called the All-America team, where you get to be president of the
This ain't the clip I wanted. It took way too long. You've ruined the joke. I don't like you anymore. I wanted it to say I must have drank at least 15 Dr. Peppers.
Okay, how is that going to prove anything to me?
They've said it smelled burnt, most likely from the Big Bang. Yeah, I mean, well, that's what they're assuming that, you know, that's what I had on, but it was taking too long.
No, the one under
They
it.
call the All-America team. Good thing about meeting the president in the room with just about anything you want to eat or drink. And since number one, I wasn't hungry but thirsty.
Mm.
Salute to the
Just let
OG.
it play.
No.
Yeah.
Do you want to get strapped?
Oh,
Hush up. Salute to the OG, Forrest Gump.
And number two, they was free. I must have dropped me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
That's going to be a clip. That's going to be a clip. I must have drank at least 15 Dr. Peppers. So I hope everybody's having a good one. So space, clean cows. Let me turn my chair to look at you here. Put my hands together, folding my fingers, keeping my pointer fingers up, and putting those to my lips like a therapist. Queen Kels, this is my TED Talk.
right. Talk, motherfucker.
Talk, Ted. Space. Queen Kels.
You turned it up.
Space.
Yeah, I hear space. What about
Smells
it?
like burnt steak.
I don't know how anybody can say that though.
Because burnt steak has a chemical compound. Burnt steak smell has a chemical compound. This area, the space. But Nunya just said in the chat, they're saying from the Big Bang, like residual.
Yes, but nobody. I don't know.
Nobody what?
It's not like you could take your helmet off and take a big old whip, babe.
Maybe we made the smell-o-rama
Certain things
3000.
have the same.
Maybe they can make the smell-o-rama 3000. What do you think of that?
Mm-hmm.
We trash everything. The first thing we did on Mars is toss junk on the ground. So, you believe we've been to Mars, old bean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe there's a rover on Mars, or do you believe it's in the Navajo Desert? Mojave Desert. Navajo.
I don't know. I can believe both, to be honest. So,
I mean, the shit on Earth, I would think it's possible. Like in the 60s, you're telling me went to the moon. I can understand why people don't believe that because of technology in everyday life. We were just getting the TV, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
People were just getting colored TV.
Russia did it, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like even
and it was like a race to beat Russia again or
it's
something.
still, I think to this day, it's still the most televised event of all history. You know, the takeoff or the moon landing, essentially. So it's like but like technology today. I mean, come on, look where we're at. Look how we do things. You know what I mean? It's like, look where we're at right now. We're using phones to go on the internet to stream to people. I mean, just the people in this chat alone are scattered across the U.S. Or Europe. We have some Europe friends. So it's like that wasn't even thought to be possible 40 years ago.
Yeah.
But you also got to remember all these things were military applications before we ever got them, before they were civilian, just like the internet.
But if it was fake.
What's fake? Which one? Mars rovers or moon landing?
On the moon.
Okay, go ahead.
A moon landing. If it's fake, then what's wrong with like some of the astronauts came back with like severe fucking issues, especially as they got older.
Well, I mean,
like they heard shit, they seen shit. Like
yeah,
you can't,
I mean, that's the hard part. You got people who, and that's, you know, people always contradict themselves. So you'll have someone to say the moon landing's fake, but on the same hand, they'll be the ones that'll believe that Neil Armstrong seen aliens on the moon.
Yeah.
He said they were on the ridges and things of that nature. So it's like you can't believe in both. Do you know what I mean? It's like
yeah, but you can.
Not necessarily. And it's like you can.
Necessarily.
You're right. Yes, you can, but it's contradictory. But we do that as humans. It's the same reason people believe in God, but not aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Both are something that you haven't seen.
Humans seek explanation, so that's why they can do the both or lean heavily on the one side and still revert back to the other, because we need shit explained. It's just how it always went. We want to know.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we always have to. We're problem solvers, modern humans. You'll see people that'll try to solve other people's problems.
Mm-hmm. Or help them.
But the internet has made shit crazy too. Like, you know, one of the topics I wanted to touch on tonight is that true crime thing. What was the channel's name?
Street.
What's the channel's name? Streets of Scotland in the building.
Zab Girl.
Zab Girl is the name of the channel.
I mean, that's ZAV.
Zav
Girl.
Okay, so she's part of the true crime sector community.
Yeah. She would go live, and
many people may have heard recently there. I'm going to let Kels explain the case because she knows a little more than me.
Oh, okay.
And then I will explain a little more of what's happening now with Zab Girl.
Okay.
So, talk about
what
the case,
started it is
the case that this is all about.
The case that happened was the case of
P3
Gannon Stout, who was an 11-year-old.
An 11-year-old young man.
His stepmother, Letitia Stout,
took his life.
Unalived him.
Yeah, just took his life.
And she did other things, like you could tell he suffered and was tortured, shit like that. Okay. And she put him somewhere they couldn't find him for a while. They were looking for him and all that. So it was like the dad was going ballistic.
This is a big case right now.
His mom wanted on. Yeah,
an 11-year-old
kid that was loved.
11-year-old boy's life was taken by
his stepmother.
Was allegedly taken by his stepmother. We have to say allegedly.
No, it's proven now.
Has she been through court?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then.
She was already sentenced.
Oh, okay.
Recently.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what this was brought up for.
Apologies. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we wanted to give you guys that bit of background on the case. So this Zab Girl, who's part of the true crime community, she on her Patreon, you could pay on her Patreon, and they'll let you see autopsies, police reports, and things of this nature. However, on this case, being that it was an 11-year-old boy, being there were autopsy photos, a lot of people, even way bigger, you know, she's getting attention. I'm sure she never thought she would. Like million subscriber channels.
There was thousands in there when the Chris Watts case happened.
Moist Critical Charlie. I mean, this guy's got like 8 million, 9 million subs. I'm speaking.
Yeah, she don't have nothing not like that.
So, so I wanted to ask you guys in the chat, how do you feel about that? Now, if you pay monthly to have this service of seeing all the
it's like crime
information, yes, all
you're not censored. You can talk about stuff.
Uncensored information on these cases that they speak on. Now, my only issue that I'm having here is I totally understand that if you pay this Patreon, like I know there are Patreons where people have sex on there, like porn stars, and that's where you pay to watch them have sex on the Patreon. So people do these different things. I totally understand that. So you having this package available with all this information, that's fine. I mean, that's not how I want to see YouTube or how I would roll, but it's understandable to me. However, this being an 11-year-old boy is my issue, ladies and gentlemen. Like that's
my issue. Like he was 11. His family doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, and then that's first off, like it's
respect the kid.
No matter what, it's very low standards, very low moral, very low brow. You know, not realizing to take out something so sensitive And
Or
then,
to even obtain it. Why would you even obtain that? Why would you even want to see
Well,
that? You know what I mean?
well,
Like, you don't.
in her
You can
defense,
see crime scene photos.
Sure.
You don't need to see.
sure,
the
in her
autopsy.
defense, she said, I only made a claim for information, which that's what Moist Critical, salute to him. That's what he spoke on. It's a little weird how
How much
accessible
info you can
people
get.
can get. A stranger on
But it's because
YouTube
it's
is
all public record because it
public.
was the court
Yes,
case and
it's public
everything,
record.
and that was public record.
So that's what they're saying. It is a little weird that you could have literally.
I think there should be a limit.
Sadly, this is a YouTuber, has nothing to do with it, and they had this young man's autopsy photos. That's a little weird. However, my thing is, if you didn't realize that, you should take those out, and then to your Patreon members, you say, hey, patrons, and I know my Patreon members would be on deck with this immediately. I'd say, hey guys, that means this is such a sensitive subject with a minor. We are going to exclude some of the normal autopsy photos, maybe some police reports where it gets too graphic, things of that nature. And if your Patreon members don't understand that, then maybe it's not a member you want, because you want people to be on that same moral compass of, this is a child. Like, if you want to argue morally it's always wrong, I would agree. Like,
it is.
I don't care if it's.
I don't think any kids past a certain age should be.
No, I don't. I'm not talking about even that. What I'm saying is, I think you being able to have even a 50-year-old's records on Patreon is a little immoral. I don't think you need that. These obviously you have autopsy photos. Can I have a bit of dignity, please? So strangers can pay $4.99 a month to see my dead body. That's horrible. Why would you put people
can
through
keep
that?
secrets, but your corpse cannot. You know what I mean? That's why they do what they do. But I don't think I don't think people should be able to obtain that.
It's weird. I know.
Like, I get the police reports or
none. You having each other helps. That's a fact.
But crime scene
having
pictures,
each other online
different.
is something big. Vic LFM, my brother, one of the realest out here. I'm just trying to catch up with the live chat. I want to see some of the great comments you guys.
And to be honest, I was kind of shocked that she even did that. I wouldn't think that girl would do that. I started watching her a couple of years back with the Chris Watts case when it first happened, not when it blew up.
So
recently.
How we were speaking on technology a few minutes ago, Dawn said, hey, when I was in second grade, we learned that in the future we'd be able to see peeps on their phone, see them and talk on a phone. And I remember thinking, wow, far out.
Yeah.
And it's like, now it's here and it's nothing. That's so crazy, Dawn, isn't it? I don't have to pay to see pain. None yet. It's all around us. None yet. I couldn't agree more. P3 says, she's gotten moist attention, Turkey Time, and News Nation. We tried to raise awareness of her disgusting behavior with the Kylie Rodney case. I mean,
I stopped watching her a while ago.
There has to be.
That was because she
was a line. There has to be standards. There has, in that. I mean, I've been subbed to her since the beginning for many moons, Dawn said. Yeah, I know some of y'all come from that community, so I was kind of wondering a little bit.
To be honest, right after the Chris Watts case, I actually stopped watching her, and I wasn't paying it.
Nunya said, asking why is futile. If there was an answer, would it make sense? I don't think so. That's a great point. She has no justification for doing this. Gannon deserved better. P3, that's my point. Like I'm saying, no matter what, I think it's low class, low brow to do this no matter what. Like, your Patreon needs to be on something different. I'm sorry. Even the ones we do, like, that kind of offer the standards with like my Patreon. My Patreon would literally only been things where I want to do something for them people because they're supporting me. So I'll do something special, and then I'll reveal it on YouTube a few weeks later. I'm not like, hey guys, do this, buy that. Oh, look at this, look at that. Here's something that you're uncomfortable with. Like, people use technology wrong. First off, I see people on here that use their community tab like it's a like a Facebook feed. It's not. You should not be posting on your community tab 5 times an hour with a meme and a quote, and that's for Instagram and Facebook. You take that there and you build your shit right. You keep your community tab to keep in touch with people. things of that nature, or to remind people, hey, here's new content you may have missed.
Yeah.
You know, so people do use things differently. But I can't agree with the you know, with it being a child. Like, there's no way around that. Oh, Moist Critical is everyone knows. I think you guys know who he is. His name's Charlie. He's got long black hair and wears white t-shirts. He goes, hi guys. Like, people joke, bust his balls about that, but he's went viral a few times. John Cluminati in the building. Salute, bro. Very low class. The bar should not be on the floor. GMA, if that ain't the damn truth. That's what I'm saying. You have to have some level of fucking standards. I understand having to give your viewers something. You know what I mean? Like, if you're charging people $10 a month in the true crime community, you do have to do some of that in a sense. But to not realize, like,
Yeah, but do that to grown adults.
that's my thing. Like,
You know what I
realize
mean?
this
Like,
case is different, and when it's a child, every time,
some class should be shown.
I don't give a fuck if they're 17 or they just turned 18 yesterday. Like, have some class. It's a
Give
child.
those children their last bit of dignity, because you don't have the right to take that either.
The worst shit in the world is what? A
To be
child
honest, you're just
dying.
as bad
A
as going to
child
school.
losing their life is the worst shit in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So let's relive it over and over again by these pictures
Let's
that'll
stick
be up
it in
there
a bunch
forever.
of other people's heads that didn't need it there either.
Yeah, and that's something I think all of us don't realize. Us as individuals, our responsibility for what we watch.
Mm-hmm.
Our responsibility for what we watch and show our children, our friends, or those in our community, but also those who share it. You know, there's things that are burned into my brain, like Nick Berg.
Yeah.
During 2002, 2003, he was a contractor in the Middle East. Terrorist cell took him, told me be fine, and then on camera beheaded him. And we watched that video as morbid curiosity gets everyone, but we were young. We were 20, 21.
Yeah.
Not to excuse
Young
it in
adults.
any way. Not to excuse it in any way. It was that morbid curiosity. You hear about it, you watch it. My son is now 20, and when Buffalo happened, he watched it. Buffalo shooting not long ago, and it affected him. And I had to explain that to him, like, hey guy, I went through he called me up, yo dad, this is what it is, blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, I've been through it. There's things that are in that I've been through. There's things that I've watched. It's like 9/11 for all of us. I can, if I say the words 9/11, you look in your mind's eye, crucial things. Most people know exactly what both towers look like getting hit, falling, the whole nine. People, certain clips have been viral, but that's what I'm saying. In your mind's eye, you could see it. So that's what I told him. We burn these things into our brain, unfortunately. And you have to learn how to handle it. Buffalo wasn't an easy video to watch. He was killing elderly African-American women. It's hard to watch. It's Saturday food shopping, and that's what I told him. And my son, and Junior and all, and I'm like, look, you gotta decompress. You gotta fucking. This is why when you're in the military and you gotta go do some shit like that, you have to be fucking debriefed. You have to be debriefed, because they need to see where you're at. The military, as for all it's good, they kind of do want to brainwash people. Not necessarily in a negative way, but they want you to listen to command. So they're gonna have to fight any form of rebellion that's in you. Once you lose your right to protect yourself, the jerks win. Nunya, yeah, I totally understand that. I totally understand that. But sometimes as well, it's hard to play the game. I'm kind of dealing with something in a way like that. Instruct the channel and doxing me and saying like I'm a bully, and it's like, bro, I go out of my way to not be a bully. Why are you doing it? And I'm not even reporting them. I'm not even saying nothing. And you just keep ramping it up. I don't get it. Makes no sense. I don't know you. What's your end game? Like I said, it gets frustrating when things are, there's no logic behind the reasoning. It's like, oh, why are you doing this? Oh, they laughed. Excuse me. Like that's just frustrating. It's frustrating. It don't bother me much, but it's like you putting I debated putting that picture on YouTube myself. That's why it was on my Instagram. I didn't want to put it on my YouTube because people on YouTube can separate that it's on my Instagram and not my YouTube. So for them to put it up there in the first place, it's like, okay, fucking weirdo.
Okay, but what I don't get is, what did you claim? What do you think you got?
Well, that's saying, hey, look, we know who you are.
Birthday 2 years ago.
I'm talking about the other picture with the kids.
Oh, with the kids, yeah. Like,
that's just,
even still, what do you think he gleaned from that?
We
already told everybody we had two kids.
Yeah, I know, but that's what's frustrating because it's like all the shit they're trying to expose me on so far. It's like I've given this away, but I didn't do it. I'm not fueling the fire for you to keep ramping it up, boy. Do you have a vendetta? Just give me that much. Tell me you don't like me from something that happened before, and I'll go, okay, that makes sense. But don't be out here trying to ruin our shows. And we don't bother nobody, bro. We're fully supportive. We don't bother nobody. Get out of here with the fucking funky shit.
I hear that.
I don't fucking know.
You don't got time for that shit.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Like Sweet Brown says.
Come on, slow ass phone. My phone want to be slow as shit all of a sudden, naturally.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I'm like, don't know the people, haven't said a word about them. And people are like, yo, you see their dots in your fucking blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
I'm like, wait, this has to be a personal vendetta, right? No? I digress. What can you do? You can't be like, oh, you're wrong about me. Who's gonna admit they're wrong?
Yeah, really.
You know what I'm saying? All I could do really, as I always say, is I could thank those who show loyalty and love and respect and are like, yo, bro, have you seen this? And send it to me to make sure I'm aware of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, two of those I was mentioned in, so yeah, I seen them. But I'm not gonna give it no fucking life. Why should I? There's no either. It shouldn't be happening. Or should go do what you want. Like, stay focused on who you're focused on.
Well, because that's what they want.
Street Kels is telling you. She said street, don't start. Red Hot Chili Peppers. What I got, you got to give it to your mama. What I got, you got to give it to your papa.
Give it away, give it away.
What I got, you got to give it to your dog, and you do a little dance, and then you drink a little water.
I say boom, 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 and everybody say way-ho.
Well,
Girl ever knew this.
Can we please get a moment of silence, please?
Or
I'll tell you after the moment of silence. In 3, 2. Rest in peace, James Avery. Uncle Phil. For real. You're the only father that I ever knew. I ever get my bitch pregnant, I'll be a better you. J. Cole was a beast. G'd up from the feet up. Said, I'm so glad Alive is on. You come to the right place, Quincito, because we're about halfway through our show. We still got another hour. Chilling with Murph and Kels. We are waiting for the very illustrious Pammy. I think I still got a wrench, Quinn. I don't think I ever got it right. Yo, Uncle Phil was Master Shredder. Wrap your mind around that street. Now dig on this.
Hmm.
The Ninja Turtles animated show that we all grew up on and loved. Master Shredder was played by the incomparable
Streets, was your Ninja Turtles wearing kilts?
James Avery. I said Avery because of what you said. You threw me off. Was his turtles wearing kilts? Great question. High five. Were they talking with Scottish accents? My name is Michelangelo. I'm a party dude. Raphael, get back here. Get back here, Raphael. Leonardo is the leader. He's the leader, daddy. Yes, James Avery played Master Shredder. It is true. The link is pinned, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm going to drop it. Make it easier for Pammy and anyone else. As I said, though, keep in mind, all hosts hold the right to deny anyone at any time. Great to see you, Quinn. I feel like I barely fucking see you anymore, bro. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're good. Hustling and shuffling.
I think so.
All right, guys, we got a few minutes here before we hit our halfway point. We'll get into we're going to finish up our topic we had going here, and we'll get into another. We'll reset the room and come with another topic. So, lastly, just speaking on a little bit on the what was her name? Zav girl quote incident. You have to have better judgment than posting a child's autopsy photos. You have to have better. So then I have to assume that most people have the judgment. So then I got to put my brain to, you did that shit for clout. You did that shit because more people will become Patreon members to see some shit like that. Because we all have morbid curiosity. So now I definitely question your integrity. Now, I ain't got a ton of it. I do, but I don't. I don't have integrity in the way some people expect it, because I'll curse out the president and the Pope to their faces. However, I have a code of honor, a code of standards that I expect in myself and people. What's that?
Ethics.
Essex?
Ethics.
Oh, ethics. I thought you said Essex. But anyway, guys, as I said, we're going to play you guys a little music here, some songs I got coming out soon. As I said, we will play that out real quick and reset the room. What was the young man's name?
Gannon Stalk.
Rest in peace to Gannon, 11 years old. That's a fucking tragedy. To his parents, sorry for that, what they had to go through initially, and then of course what they're having to go
missing, and then it turning out like that,
and then what they're having to go through again now. It's unimaginable. It's hard. It's truly heartbreaking when you really think about it. So rest in peace to that young man. To the YouTuber who did this, I would hope she would realize her mistakes, focus on being better, and people give her a second chance, because if you share this content all the time, then this is something you may not have even thought of. I always share the, and like I said, I might not be all for it, but I understand it. So I would hope that, I think people deserve second chances when they've proven growth. When you see growth, then you start to give someone a second chance. Canceling somebody, what good does that do? I've always said that. Like when they started digging on people's Twitters to find the N-word, people saying the N-word back in the day, what good does canceling do? Now you probably made a real racist instead of someone that was ignorant and you could have educated. Which is, you know what I mean? It's like canceling, you're not leaving that opportunity for that educating and that growth. And you could change someone's life. Someone could be a racist.
I don't understand what looking that far back gets you anyway. Like,
there's no growth in cancel culture. There's, it would get away from me, put them in the closet. And, what can you do? So, guys, let's give you Crud Ball One of my favorites. We got a little rock jam. I want to see you drop some fire if you like it. Throw those rock fingers up as you see on the screen next to phone lines are open. And enjoy Dirty Kenzo Productions. Me and my band, the White Boy Wasted Brigade. WWB. Crud Ball. Enjoy. Crudball, Dirty Kenzo production. Turn it down. Crudball, Dirty Kenzo Productions. We just reset the room, about to hit hour 2 of our live podcast. Make sure you guys are running those likes up, please, and thank you. Glad everybody's here, sticking around, and it always warms me little heart, me black cold heart.
Do you wanna start a cult with me?
Appreciate everybody rocking out with us tonight. Appreciate everybody who was showing love to the song. That's awesome. Derek, salute, brother. Great to see you. GMA, I see you like that one a lot. Street, you better leave Thursday alone. David, Salante, Eringo Brales. We got a Scottin and a Mick in the building. What shall we do, laddie? We've got to fight. We've got to call our Britain friends. Victor Coco is in the building. Nah, I think they're at the underground. In the underground there.
Yeah.
Although Pammy, aka Dorothy, Blanche. What was the mom's? Sophia.
Sophia.
Well, who would be who in our little brigade?
I think would be
Pammy's got no. I think Pammy's got to be Rose. Betty, fucking White.
Yeah.
Then
she's an icon.
Tantam
I'd probably be Dorothy.
would be Blanche. JMS would be. See, JMS has the mom's energy, but she's not old, like so much older. So.
Yeah, but you don't have to be. She was actually in real life the youngest.
Yeah, I know. That's a crazy fun fact, right?
And she passed first.
Yeah.
For all of them.
Stop or my mom will shoot. Who was the lead?
I didn't know. That's planes, trains, and automobiles. I don't remember.
Guess. It's an action movie.
No, that was Throw Mama from the Train.
Who was in that?
Danny DeVito. I just said that.
And who else?
I don't remember.
Danny DeVito wasn't by himself. He was actually the supporting role.
Oh, well.
Billy Crystal.
I wasn't remembering these.
Yeah, Don't Throw Mama from the Train. That's Billy Crystal and Danny DeVito. And the mom from Goonies.
Now, see, what twins I remember it was Arnold and Danny. Billy obviously wasn't important enough to remember.
I forget what the first one I said before that was. Then. Oh, Sylvester Stallone was in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Cheese Girl Papi. I want to be Tom Selleck if he's available. Tom Selleck is not available. However, his mustache is a playable character.
Burt Reynolds, maybe.
Tom Selleck's chest hair is a playable character.
Didn't he recently pass?
Who?
Tom Selleck.
No. I don't think so. Why are you thinking Tom? Who else? I don't know why you would think that. So I hope everybody is having a good Tuesday. If anyone had Taco Tuesday, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I always think of tacos after Tuesday. It's like Wednesday.
Like Thursday.
It's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm like, how about some tacos? Who got time to make tacos on a Tuesday?
Tacos seems like a Friday night meal.
Friday night meal is pizza.
Well, yeah, but you got to change it up.
Everyone loves za.
Mm-mm. They don't.
Za.
You can call it whatever you want. They don't. Every time I touch that spot, he does that.
He's a freak.
I told you it happens
He's
sometimes.
a freak of nature. Miss Kelly and a kid. Okay, so we have Tom Selleck and Don Johnson from Derek. What is Don Johnson from?
Person he with Bo Derek at one point.
No, who is he married to? I can't. We'll get back to that question. What is it? What did he blow up from? What was his first show?
I don't know. Wasn't he? No, that was before the boxing thing.
Miami Vice.
Okay.
In recent years, I've seen him play a racist more than I'd like to.
I was a kid when that was.
He was in Watchmen, the TV show. He was the chief. He's a racist in that. He played a racist in Django. I think he's trying to tell us something.
I believe it's Django.
The
Yeah.
D silent.
No, it's not.
They say it in the movie. It's a line in the movie. I will flip this table and walk out in a huff. If you ever misspoke on a movie quote again, if you ever misspeak on a movie quote again, I'm out of here.
Nobody cares.
Miami Vice is what Don Johnson. Now, extra credit.
Again, nobody cares.
Extra credit. They made a movie. Do you concur? Do you recall? A Miami Vice movie?
Okay.
Who played Crockett and who played Tubbs?
I don't know. I don't care.
You don't remember who was in the Miami Vice movie?
No. I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember much giving a fuck.
Colin Farrell. I always mix Colin Farrell and Colin Firth up, and they're very different. They're very different.
So different.
One's like a
real.
real clean cut, nerdy British guy. The other one's like a rough around the edges Irish guy, and I always mix. I gotta find a placeholder. But yeah, Colin played Crockett and Jamie Foxx. Jaime Foxx. Real name Eric Bishop. Yeah, we're doxing everybody out here now too. Jamie Foxx. Real name Eric Bishop. That's a good song to play in church. That's funny, Jay. A little bit of the devil's music. Get you through the night.
Bobbiana.
I'm the devil. I love mental. Miss Bobbiana. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you guys on a miniature journey with story times. We're going to come up with a topic. I'll give a short story of a time that's happened to me. Queen Kells will do the same. And we can read your stories as well.
Wait, what are we doing?
We're going to think of a topic and then tell some stories of times that's happened. A one and only live podcast. Murph and Kells in the building with y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. Crazy weed story. You probably ain't got none that didn't involve me.
Probably not.
You didn't smoke much before we got together.
No, I mean, Nikki did, but I used to take
One moment, ladies and gentlemen. Is that live or?
Mm-hmm.
It's not telling me live. I couldn't tell if it was a video drop. Dawn made tacos tonight. Yeah, I think the only people that watched Miami Vice were people from Miami and people that wish they were from Miami. Salute my brother Barncito. What's your story? He's live. If you guys want to give him a like, pop back.
It's one at a concert.
Yeah, no, it's he has Sleepy with him. The guy Sleepy, a rapper out of Chicago. So. You guys want to show him love? Definitely feel free. Topic: anus play. Junior, cheese curl poppy. No. I
think you would need anal pleasures.
There's no such thing. Men don't know anything about it. I know he was just trying to think of something funny, but no. Bad boy, you're grounded. Next time I see you, you're grounded.
I don't think you want us talking about that anyway.
So, what are your
Buttons.
thoughts, Queen Kels? I think I just not as much as a story. I guess it'll break into stories, but it's like seeing how the game is, the quote game is now with legal weed, and it feels so weird sometimes, and it's also like kind of fucked up because it's like all the like bullshit charges I got in my lifetime, and like I had a weed charge when I was a kid, and it's like I got a lot out of like community service, restitution over a nickel weed, and it's like nowadays a cop would be like, "Ah, light it up, friend," you know what I mean? Like, so it's a little weird in that because it's still a hustle. Because it's like you got to pay $250 to smoke legal weed. You got to get that medical. You got to have a condition. You know what I mean? These doctors ain't gonna put. People think shit's easy. They ain't gonna put their name on something that could get them fucked over.
Not after the
Not with all the after the opioid epidemic. They're not gonna, even with weed. They're not gonna put their name. Like, he has anxiety and you don't. No, they're gonna try to prove whatever you say to be true. Did you drink at Who's on Third in Philadelphia? No, I didn't, Coco. Who's on Third? Where's that at? Quinn said I wrote a horror story, The Monster from Uranus. Good old joke. But yeah, I think it's crazy because it's like I got locked up for a nickel weed, dude. That night sucked too. Like we had to scrounge the $6. Me, my boy Gary, I got his shirt on right now. He passed away, rest in peace. And we had a few like girls that home were like with my boy Dutch. So walk over, get the weed like nothing, walking back like nothing. By the time we get to this little corner, fucking dude just pops out and slams me against the wall. So where is it? Where is it? I'm like, where's what? I thought they were trying to rob me, like someone was trying to rob me. Then I start seeing, uniforms and cop cars pulling up and shit. And that's it. They're fucking like, he slammed me on the wall. I hit my head and shit. He's like, what are you doing? I found out later that it was like a crack spot. So that's why he was flipping out. He's like, you're gonna get locked. You're out here getting locked up over a nickel weed. And I'm like, I hope we don't. He's like, one of yous are taking the fall. And because I was the only one that just turned 18. So I worked, but it's gone now. I mean, I never, because I did my stipulations.
So,
but
what was the first time you ever smoked weed?
No, it was building for a while. Like, first off, I have to explain, I had asthma growing up. You know what I mean? So it's like, I thought for some reason, like if I took a puff, I'd die. Then as I got older, it was like, that's not really what it is. Plus my asthma was getting better as I got older, I wasn't getting those attacks. Larry Beach in the place to be. So it started really with a cigarette, because not too long before that, everyone was sitting around in a circle, and I could tell my brother wanted to smoke. He kept joking about it, but he didn't want to smoke in front of me because he didn't want me to rat or whatever. We were kids, 16, 15. I was like, and I took a puff, and he was like, oh shit. And I gave them, he took a puff. So like 3 days later, they're like, we used to chill in the river a lot, because it was like there was machinery there, like steamrollers and shit. So we would just chill on that, like behind them where no one could see, and we'd just chill there all day. We'd fish and whatever the case. But they're like, yo, you want to smoke? And it was a joint. And I hit it once, and I was like, oh, that tastes like burnt bacon. And they all laughed at me, and I became a fucking stoner right away. I never stopped from that day. April 16th, 1999. April 14th. It was right after my birthday. Not long after my birthday. But yeah, I realized though, like I had a crazy few years from like 99 to 02 because it feels like it was like 10 years. And it's like it wasn't. It was like 2. It was like 2.5. It was like 3 summers. But
my mom thinks she smoked with me my first time, but she didn't.
Oh yeah. No. Well, my mom, I lived where I met you. I lived by that park, and Hedge. The one day she was like, "Oh, I met your mom," because we had just moved. We had just moved over there, but I already knew people from hustling, from rock, bands and skating and bikes and all that shit. So I already knew people, but she's like, "Oh, I met your mom. She's cool as shit. She came over and was smoked a blunt with us." And my mom was not known for smoking then, like ever. So I called her up. I said, "Come." I was at Hedge's door, and I said, "Come to the door, Mom." She came to the door. I said, "You smoked a blunt and did not smoke with me?" And she just started laughing. I said, "I'm rolling one up. Get over here right now." So she's like, "No, you come here." I went over to the house and smoked with her. My dad smoked my whole life, but he made me wait till I was 18. My 18th birthday, he came down and handed me a joint. So I light that up. Because he knew already I had been smoking since I was 16. So I got caught and, the hiding it shit. That shit only lasts so long.
Yeah, you can't hide the smell.
Yeah. I mean, well, we're talking Reggie days.
No matter what you do.
You know how much a pack of cigarettes cost back then?
Well, yeah, but still. That doesn't
No, I know. I'm
take
asking
away.
you the question, Goofy.
Yeah, they were way cheaper. Like,
They were
fucking 4 something.
They were no less. They were $10 cheaper than they are now. When I started smoking cigarettes, they were $2.65. Now they are $12.50 for Newports. It's crazy, but now the one night, me and 3 guys that I was always with, the 4 of us were always together. We would go down to like the pool hall in Delaware Ave, go downtown, down the riverfront. Keat, Welch, and Dutch. So the one night we're walking and a cop car comes by, right? We're smoking and everything. So we're like, fuck, dip the blunt. And the cop puts the flashlight in everybody's faces and he goes, "Smoking marijuana will not be tolerated." And then he puts it in my face and goes, "Especially you, ugly." And they drive away and we start dying laughing. Well, fucking Welch just keeps laughing and bringing it up all night. I'm like, "Bro, I ain't fucking ugly, retard." Like, he just said it to the person who was last to make the joke. Like, he kept on it for years. So me and him kind of getting a little argument, and he was the type, he was the type, run his mouth until you square up, and then he fucking runs and trying to hide behind Keat. And Keat, if he don't know you, he would have beat. If I was a stranger, he probably would have tried fighting because he fought everybody. But it's somebody in the circle. I'm not fighting him, So I'm like, "Square up, pussy. You want to run your mouth? Fight me." And he's like, "No, blah, blah, blah," right? So I just get mad and I leave because they're all just like, "Murph, calm the fuck down. You're acting like an ant." They like came at me and I just got mad and left, right? So the next morning, Dutch came to my house at like 3 a.m. throwing pebbles at the window, but I didn't hear it. So he calls me on the house phone. This is like 2000. He calls me on the house phone and he's like, "What are you doing? Are you home?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'll be right there." So he comes over and he's like, "You fucking missed it last night." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "It was wild. Fucking cops chased us for a little bit. Then this girl was looking for weed. We got her weed. Then she's like, 'Oh, hold on, my friend needs coke.' And we lied and said we could get the coke and took her money and ran." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm glad I missed that."
Yeah, right. I don't want to deal with
Pretty glad I missed that one. And but he had a whole bunch of weed on him and cash from whatever he made from it. So I'm like, he's like, "What can we do to just do something?" And I'm like, "Let's walk across the Ben Franklin Bridge. Smoke the whole way there, over and back." Good idea. So we go and we're walking across. So when we first go across, we're young kids. We're delinquents. We were punk rockers, rebelling against the system type shit. I had a mohawk. He had blue hair. So it's like we were pissing off the bridge.
I remember the fucking blue hair going through Camden.
We were pissing off the bridge on the fucking cars on Delaware Ave. I was like, we're so stoned, we're just laughing. I'm like, "Yo, imagine if someone came by with a convertible and you were like waving to them, and they're like, "Hi," all happy. You just start pissing on them. So right, we're all fucking stoned. We make it to the second.
Then you used to always talk about pissing on.
We make it to the second big concrete pillar thing on the bridge, and there's these two old heads sitting there, right? So we're like, "What's up, fellas? You know, how you doing?" We're just young dudes. They're obviously like interested because of our hair. Like the hair color was the talking point. Like, "Oh, you got," and the guy's like, "I'm from Tennessee," and the way he said it, maybe, or because we were stoned, we were paranoid. We're like, he's lying. He's not from Tennessee. This is a New Yorker.
No, but most people ain't just come out automatically.
Out of nowhere. We were paranoid, right? So we're like,
I noticed.
well, no, we look and we're seeing the cop on the golf cart coming up from the Camden side of the path. So we're smoking a joint. We're like, ah, fuck. So the guy's like, so we're like, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Tennessee. I was like, that sounded fake, bro. And he's like, I don't know why. Here, let me hit your joint. Let me hit your doobie. And he's hitting the doobie, and we're watching, and that fucking cart's getting closer. I'm like, yeah, you see this shit? He's like, we are out. So we start running, and we look back. The dude's like, what about your joint? Fucking golf cart guy comes to him, right? We're running. We look, the guy's coming after us. And now we're freaking. There's like nowhere to go. You're on this footpath on a fucking 1,000 feet up bridge. Like, you just got to make it to the end. And thankfully, we made it.
Oh, yeah, there's nowhere else to go.
When we got to the end, we made the real sharp right. 2 sharp rights, boom, boom, and it puts you on a little block. And we darted up. Thank God, because as we made that first sharp right, I could see coming around that bend to get on the bridge in a big bend. I could see a golf cart coming that way on the pavement. So I'm like, keep running. These dudes are on us hardcore. So fucking Elmer lost his necklace, ball chain he had. Like his dad got him when he was like 10 or some shit. Fucking running, just goes bloop, pop right off his neck and fell in the Paco tracks. So, but that was one of the times. So we just ran. We get there's a hole in the fence. We go through this hole in the fence, and it takes you like on the grassy knoll of the side of the highway on 95, I-95. Like when you know how the grass is in the middle, like
76.
You know where the L goes underground. You know, we were right under that. We hid there for a little bit. We smoked it. We were laughing so fucking hard. He's like, dude, I thought we were done. I'm like, do you think he was really from Tennessee? And we just fucking fell out laughing. But there were so many times weird shit like that happened where we used to chill in a bando. We chilled in a bando for a little while. And it had electricity. You know, it was recently vacant. So we used to chill in there. We had the lights on. We had a little radio, and we just smoking there all day. So you didn't get harassed by the cops, shit like that, right? We're on the 3rd floor, right at Houston and Belgrade. We're right there on the corner. And Keith is like, did you guys hear that? And we're like, hey, you did hear something. There was a noise. There really wasn't.
Probably the house settled.
No, it did. It did, yeah, but it did sound like,
He would do that shit
he
on
was a
purpose
dick.
for a month, just for laughing.
That's a fact. But it did sound like someone maybe opening the door. So he's like, hit that light. Be quiet. I'm going to check that. So it gets all quiet. And I'm like, we're like giggling. We're like, we're all stoned. And he's like, I said, shut up. And I was like that. And we were just like, we're laughing like, yo, if this was there were so many times like that, though. The one time we're in this, he was robbing a crib and shit, and all you hear is the door get kicked open. Boom! We're like, and you hear, it's the Philadelphia police force. Come out with your fucking hands up. We're like, yo, we're done, son. We're going to jump out this window and go across that roof. So we're like, I'm hiding behind this cabinet, and the dude I'm with, Shitty's behind the other cabinet like this. He's like, I'm gonna hit the cop. I'm like, I'm running the second I get a chance. No matter, I'm going before you hit him. I'm running. You better run with me. So and I look, and it's Dutch because he had a fucking nightstick. He's all fucked up, acting like he's a cop. He said, put your fucking hand. I said, dude, you almost.
Oh, you mean what got him in trouble with grandma?
I said, I almost jumped off the fucking roof because of you.
That shit was probably.
It was like I worked at the carnival, and we're sitting there we're smoking one night. That's what we used to do: sit there, take acid, smoke weed all night. When our shifts were over, we had this bunk, and we would all just get fucked up, drinking, smoking. 20, 19. We fucking dropped some ass. We're playing basketball, like in our underwear, boxers, and it was bras versus boxers, the girls versus the boys. By the end, fucking. The 2 girls are top naked. Then after that, everyone, we're hot. Let's go jump in the creek. you know, there's a nice big clean water creek. We're all in there. I'm in white underwear, so of course I gotta like have my hand over my shit the whole time. You know what I mean? Whatever. We're so freaked the fuck out, right? We all go back, we get dried off, we get changed, and we're sitting there. We're all coming down. Like I said, we're tripping balls. We're laughing. Things. I'm like getting some little bit of visuals and shit, and all you hear is like loud racket, and it's the, you know, the bridge in the fun house at the carnival, that metal clang clang clang. We hear that, and we look, and there's 3 people running through the fun house. Now this is, the carnival's closed, lights are off, so we all go running over there, and it's these 3 teenagers, probably about our age, right? We're like, yo, what the fuck you doing? Like, you know, you get real territorial. What you doing in our place? Blah, 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 blah. So they're like, man, we're sorry, please, here, take our money. We went to take the money, and the old header with the group was like, nah, just get the fuck out of here. They ran, dude loses flip-flop. We're like, keep in your fucking flip-flop. I fucking nailed his flip-flop to my bunk above my door and shit. But it was so crazy because when it first happened, from us tripping, the one dude was like, there's a plane crashing. That the reaction to this day cracks me up, and I wish I could, like, I want to do something like it one day so people could see what I see. Because it's like we're in a bonfire type circle and everyone's vibing, smoking, laughing. Motherfuckers got an acoustic guitar. It's some like cinematic shit. And then you hear clang, clang, clang. An airplane's crashed. He goes, ha, ha, ha. Big ass gasp. It was the funniest fucking shit ever. But that carnival job was crazy. But so we chased the kids out of there, and I liked that job. It was good for the age I was there. I got fucked up dropping acid. But then I go to my bunk later that night to go to bed, and it was like the fucking trees looked like they had faces. And I was like, someone could break in our room and look right in our window. Someone is looking in our window. Look, I could see his face. Like I could see it physically. It's crazy what visuals do. But I think everyone should drop some form of LSD at some point in their life. Some psychedelic.
I don't know.
But you've done PCP, which is another mild psychedelic. I think you need to do some of them in a way, like whether it's like nowadays people microdose. They take very, very, very small amount. So you get the energy. You know what I mean? You get the creativity and the energy. You don't get the fucking visuals and all that. Celebrities will do that. They'll microdose a few days a week and then take off time, things like that. And I could see how it could be beneficial because I believe it opens your mind up.
Yeah, like they were doing in that show.
It opens your mind up. Well, ayahuasca is probably what you're talking about, but those things open your mind up. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of realize your place in the universe, and you see, like, well, if a little chemical can do that to my brain where I can literally see something that's not there. It's just like crazy. The realizations you get, the epiphanies you get, not even realizing. So, yeah, Quinn, the grassy knoll. We were sent to take JFK out. But with that being said, guys, we're gonna wrap it up a little early here. We'll shoot over to Barn. What's Your Story TV? Make sure you tell them Murph told you to come over. I appreciate everybody. Whoa, I almost said Thursday and Wednesday. Nice. Next Tuesday, we'll be coming back to you guys with a brand new Convos, hopefully with all 3 of our hosts, with some brand new topics for you guys. Great conversations, talking about anything, critical thinking and common fucking sense, as rare as that shit is anymore. Appreciate everybody. Anyone that calls themselves a friend, follower, supporter, don't call yourself a follower. Friend, family, supporter, or a cult member, we appreciate you.
Do you wanna start a cult with me?
Oh, made a hole.
Hope you guys have a blessed day, a blessed Tuesday. Remember, when nothing else, they'll bullshit, they'll lie, they'll make things up. False narratives, there's nothing you can do about them. Just hope that people see through and
Just remember, if it's their narrative.
Yeah.
That's all.
You just got, you can't let these things taint you. The things like people harassing you, people not giving you the credit you feel you deserve, maybe, or I'm just, trying to think of different scenarios here.
Like my girl Bailey says, she's better idol.
Yeah, true, but that's what I'm saying. I think we all need to focus a little more just on being, you know, better people. Just everyone's got issues. You know, don't be out here. If you have an issue with someone online,
We all have rooms
maybe
and
just
private
ignore them.
lives,
You know,
so-
if you got a problem with, like for me, for instance, when I've had issues with people online, I blocked them. Now I can't see you unless you know, the content creator puts you on the screen. So, and you know, sometimes it's more beneficial that way, out of sight, out of mind. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, guys, we will give you the outro. We'll be right back with a final goodbye, and make sure you're heading over to my brother from another What's Your Story TV. Queen Kels, drop that link, please, and thank you. This has been Convos, a Dirty Kenzo Productions presentation. We got King Troll going on as well, so the streets are popping. Make sure you guys take the blessings that we give you, the good vibes we give you forward, pay it forward, give it to the next person. Love, respect, all that good shit. Love, peace, and chicken grease, my people. With that being said, once again, Convos. I think this is episode 20, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. Convos episode 20, brought to you by Dirty Kenzo Productions. Murph and Kels, Pamela J, bringing y'all the best in conversation topic type
Channel.
Things, stuff.
My bobs.
About.
Whatchamacallit.
Where about are my father's where? About. Appreciate y'all. See you next time. For Kels, I am Murph, and everybody at Dirty Kenzo Productions. Thank you again for tuning in to Convos, our live podcast, Tuesday nights, 8 Eastern. Couldn't do it without any of you guys. Thank you to our Patreon members, our sponsors, and of course you. We couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you for your ongoing support, kind words, and well wishes. Take these good vibes forward. Y'all appreciate y'all. Peace.
Bye.